Well, thank you for joining me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you and to be able to share with you some of the things that are happening, not only around the state, but around the country with regard to President Donald J. Trump and the Make America Great Again program. Now, I'm going to try to keep these broadcasts when we come on between 10 and 15 minutes. But by all means, I'm going to ask you to share them, because what we endeavor to do when we come on the air like this is to give you some information that the mainstream media will not give you. Well, let's begin by this. Obviously, we're going to try our best to set up a schedule, perhaps every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m., to ask you to join us so that we'll give you an update on the week's events regarding the president and his agenda. So stay tuned, and we'll be getting information to you. Now, this broadcast, the way we have this set up, is being streamed live on YouTube, on Twitter, I guess Periscope, and also Facebook. So we're going to see how this works out. And I've got a little system set up here where I might be able to get some of the questions you might have. It's a live chat, so I'm going to see if any of you are watching and listening. You could ask me some questions, and let's hope that works. If it doesn't, we'll try something else. Now, tomorrow at 2:30, between 2:30 and 3 o'clock p.m., I'm going to be on CNN International. Now, CNN International is another channel, another station to CNN. CNN is broadcast here in the United States and in some places around the world, but CNN International is in fact a worldwide broadcast. Now, since I've been going on CNN, many of you have asked me why. Why are Trump surrogates and Trump advisors now going on CNN and in some cases MSNBC? Well, the reason, folks, is pretty simple. We've decided to go on those stations at their invitation to bring our side of the story, the factual side of the story, to many, many people who would not normally view Fox News, One America News, or other conservative news outlets. And what I find interesting is that after many of us who represent the president's campaign are on these broadcasts, we get a good number of emails and questions from conservative Democrats and conservative independents who are curious about some of the programs and policies that we are articulating on the air. So that's why we go on. We're not going to leave anybody out. We're going to go and we're going to address these issues to the best of our ability on any news outlet that we're able to do so. And by the way, we're also on radio stations around the country, which I think is very important. So by all means, we're going to try to keep you up to date on our website as to where we'll be and when we're going to be on. Now, I just got a call a few minutes ago that I might be on Fox News tomorrow morning. Apparently, the North Koreans have launched a missile within the past hour or so, and that's being monitored closely, I'm sure, by the White House, and I'm sure the president will be coming out with a statement with regard to that. But more on that later. Let's talk for a moment about New Jersey Team Trump. Well, we're on the march. We're out there speaking to a lot of people all over the state. We have a good number of representatives who have spoken to me via phone or by email, advising me that they've met people in different parts of the state who want to continue to work with the president's Make America Great Again agenda. So they're coming on board. I got to tell you, one measure of success with regard to what we're doing and how we're doing it is the number of individuals who have gotten on our Twitter site, our Facebook pages, shall I say, and also on Instagram. Let me share with you these latest statistics that show that the president's message and what we're doing is resonating. Twitter is now close to, if not at this time, over 100,000 people following us. Now, that's just not the state of New Jersey. This is nationwide. But I'm sure the bulk of these 100,000 are New Jersey residents. It seems like every time we're on the air and every time we're out on the road, we do get a good number of people following us on Twitter. So I want to thank you for that. Facebook, about 12,000, one page maxed out. We're on that page that you can actually purchase where you can get an unlimited number of people. We actually filter the people who are coming on that page because we want mainly citizens who are very interested in the president's agenda on that page. There are some people who are not interested in his agenda. They're interested in their own agenda, so we filter them out. We began to send our messages out on Instagram. We got a little over 2,000 people on Instagram, and that message is getting out very, very good. Now, this is why we shared in the beginning of the creation of New Jersey Team Trump that we were halting, we were putting a stop to regurgitating all of the left mainstream media fake news. We found, as I explained before, that a lot of information that was going out to the public from the left actually was coming from the right. A lot of people who are well-intentioned, they're Trump supporters, they're supporters of conservative values, etc., would get on their Facebook page or Twitter or Instagram, and they would actually redistribute what the left was distributing to them. And then once they did that, the goal of the left was achieved. I remember someone once telling me when I was in New York ready to go on the air, in fact, rather sarcastically thanking me for enabling the left to get their message out to the right. So that's when some of us discovered that we were just going to put a stop to that. So what you're going to hear from us, and you're going to hear from the overwhelming number of people who are involved with New Jersey Team Trump, are the positive, factual views and information from the President of the United States. Those are the policies that are going to go out. And I've got to tell you, based on the feedback I'm getting, people are telling me that they never realized, they never knew that the President of the United States was actually achieving all of these goals and all of these missions that he created. He's achieved a lot. And we're going to get on into those issues as we move forward in the coming months. So that's what we're doing with Team Trump. You'd like to become part of Team Trump? Doesn't cost you anything. We never ask for contributions. We only ask for your time, and you could actually work right out of your home. You could email Steve at teamtrumpnj.us. That's Steve at teamtrumpnj.us. If you do that, we'll be able to get out to you the information necessary to become part of our team. Now, let's talk about what is the president up to. This is the topic of the week. Since President Donald Trump reached out to Nancy Pelosi and the Democrat Party, Chuck Schumer, for example, to work on the tax reform bill, there's been a lot of controversy, a lot of fake news, a lot of speculation, a lot of people saying, you know, the president is walking away from his conservative base. He's walking away from his agenda. What he is doing, ladies and gentlemen, he's keeping his promise. Look, if the GOP, if the Republican Party leaders can't get it together, if they can't, with a majority, get it together and pass a tax reform bill, pass health care, if they can't do that, then you know what? The president kept his promise. He said he is a deal maker. He said he is a good negotiator, and he is doing exactly what Ronald Reagan did in the 1980s when he reached across the aisle to Tip O'Neill, a Democrat, to get things done. President Donald Trump is not interested in pleasing any political entity. He's interested in delivering his promises to the American people. So those individuals who are out there criticizing the president, who are out there criticizing all of what he has done just because he's extended his hand across the aisle, well, then you weren't listening, and you probably won't be listening in the future. What we see happening right now is a moment in time where the president is saying to the Democrats, look, come with me, let's sit and let's talk, and let's do what we must do for the good of the American people. Now, this idea that he has compromised on his principles, that he has compromised on the wall, for example, absolutely not true. The wall is going to be built, but the president knows full well that there are a lot of many priorities that the American people want him to address. And I'd say that the most two important priorities are healthcare and tax reform. Now, I heard as of last night, and some of us got together and talked about his tax reform bill. It's magnificent. There's going to be tax relief brought to the middle class Americans of this country. So just stand by. We need to have patience. And my message to Paul Ryan, my message to the GOP elected officials throughout the country is, you better start thinking about joining the Trump train. Look, you guys are up for re-election in November of 2018. And if you continue to resist and resist and resist, you're going to see the Democrats use their heads, and they're not going to resist anymore. They're going to board the Trump train. Look, politics is the art of compromise. If we can't get the whole pie, let's get a slice of the pie, and then another slice, and then another slice. whatever is good for the American people, above and beyond what is good for the Republican Party, let's get it done. I'm one of those individuals who are no longer interested in what's good for the party, because the party has never delivered to what is good for the American people. So we need now to support a president and anyone running for office who supports the president with regard to the things that they want to deliver for the American people. So that's what I'm talking about, or that's what I intended to talk about this evening, and that's why I'm here tonight. And I'm going to see, I'll tell you this, we have a whole new setup here. I have no idea how many people are watching, because we're actually going across 2 or 3 social media platforms. And when I was on Facebook, I was able to see exactly how many people were viewing. And I guess there's a way to do this, but I have a real good tech guy. His name is Cecil, who I'm sure is watching. And you couldn't find a better guy to set up a tech system. Bring a message to 3 people. I'm going to just check on. Look, we're going to post this thing. I want to ask you to share it. That's what we're asking New Jersey Team Trump supporters to do, to share these broadcasts far and wide. So you heard it from me tonight. The president's agenda is to deliver to the American people. If he has to cross the aisle to do that, he's going to do it and continue to do it. And hopefully the GOP elected officials will wake up and they'll do the right thing. So that's about it for tonight, folks. That's what I'm going to do, is spend 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes with you. Day nights, we'll set up this system and refine it as we go on. And I'd like to hear from you at steve@teamtrumpnj.us. Now, if you have any questions, so this is very important. If you have any questions about the president's policies, about DACA, for example, you've heard that he's compromising here, he's compromising there, that he's abandoning his promises to the American people about the Dreamers Act. That's not true. Send me an email. We're going to send you facts. We're going to send you facts right from his press communication. Continue to move forward. Now, I just noticed that it's the audio mode only. Stay so much at US. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless